everybody, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Autumn. I'm a stay-at-home mommy and I like to bake and make pretty things on the side. I actually have a tea party coming up and I wanted to show everyone how to make flavored sugar cubes because when you have tea or even a hot coffee, depending on what flavoring you use, sugar cubes are a really cute little touch that you can add to your event or party. So you're going to need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. You're going to want a 1/2 tablespoon of water. You can use any food coloring that you want. I'm going to use pink for today. Then you need candy molds, and these are about $1 to $2. I've never seen them more than $2, and you can get them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any craft store or cake supply shop near your house. I think I even saw some at Walmart the other night. So you could check Walmart and Meijer. So any shape you want in the candy molds. And all you're going to do is you're going to take your 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. You're going to add a 1/2 tablespoon of water to that sugar. Then you're going to pick your flavoring. I'm going to use lemon because I'm serving tea. So I think lemon tastes good in every kind of tea, and that way it doesn't limit what kind of teas I can serve. So you're just going to add 2 drops, really small drops, because this is candy flavoring. So it actually is very aromatic and it's really strong. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to make these pink because I have little roses here, so I think they'll be cute pink. I'm just going to add 2 drops of food coloring. And then you're going to take your fork and you're going to mix it all together. And at first it's going to look clumpy, and that's okay. That's what you want. You don't want it to be watery because these have to sit overnight and dry. And if it's too watery, they'll never dry and they'll take days and days and days. So if you're going to make sugar cubes for your event, this is something that you definitely want to prepare and think about in advance. So these are turning out to be a pretty pink. Just keep mixing until all of the food coloring, and you don't want to see any white sugar, especially if you're dyeing them. So once you have that all mixed together and you don't see any white or any clumps of food coloring, you're just going to take a little bit on the edge of your fork, or you could use a spoon, whatever you want, and you're just going to pack it in your mold. And you want to push down using a clean hand. Make sure you wash your hands before you start. You're just going to pack it in there. Make sure you fill it to the top. Pushing down. I think that if you do it in layers instead of just pushing a big glob in there all at once, it helps the sugar cubes to be more uniform. So just put in a little bit at a time until you get up into the top of it. So I started making flavored sugar cubes because I actually looked on Etsy, and for 9 of them, they were $12 for sugar cubes. You can get a whole bag of granulated sugar for $4. So I would like to encourage you to do it yourself. That's probably why you're on YouTube, because you are like me and thinking, how in the world can I make these myself? So I'm glad you're watching, and hopefully you find this video helpful, because these will be such a special little touch to your party and your guests will love them. And you'll be able to see and notice probably that I don't have my nails painted, and that's because I don't want my nail polish to chip off while I'm baking and getting somebody's food. It would be gross. I watch a lot of videos, and girls, their nails are so beautiful and it looks so pretty, but it's really not practical when you're baking, because you don't want your nail polish to flake off and get in someone's food. It's also nice if you have, like I use lemon, so if I would have made yellow roses, or if you want to correspond the color to your flavoring, I know they have like raspberry flavoring and strawberry flavoring, so that's really cool to do too. Or if you're having a Mad Hatter tea party, you could do You could mix like a neon pink with like a lemon, like what we're doing today. That way people won't expect it, and when they taste it, it'll be a nice little surprise for them. So if you want to know a really cool gift you can give someone, or if you just really want to have a special little touch at your next gathering or party, you can pipe, depending on your piping skills, you can pipe little decorations on sugar cubes. So I'm going to give you the recipe that I use to pipe the decorations on. So we will be using 2 cups of powdered sugar, 4.5 teaspoons of Wilton meringue powder, and then you can use any colors you want depending on what you would like to pipe on top of your sugar cubes. So we're gonna start, and then we're also going to use 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of water. So we're gonna put our powdered sugar in the bowl. Dump that in slowly. And then we're going to add our meringue powder. So we want 4 tablespoons. Four and a half tablespoons of meringue powder. And then we're going to mix that on low to incorporate the meringue powder with the powdered sugar. Just for a few seconds. And then while it's mixing, you can actually go ahead and grab your water. Just use lukewarm water. And we'll do 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of water. So that was 2 tablespoons. Now we'll do 2 teaspoons. 2. And you're just gonna let that mix. And as you can see, it looks a little clumpy right now, but just let it go until it starts to look like icing, because you're gonna pipe it eventually. So while that's mixing, we can take our piping bags and get those ready. So I just have a Wilton piping bag. You can order piping bags on Amazon for a whole lot cheaper. I think you can get like 100 of them for $5. So that is the way to go if you can, but if you're in a pinch and you need something quick, then I like the Wilton bags. So you just want to stick your coupler down in the bag. Mark on your scissors where the coupler meets the bag. Push your coupler back and rip. You can rip off the tip there. And grab your other piece of your coupler. I'm going to use a Wilton 3-tip to pipe on my first flower. I'm just going to get that ready. Okay. Open up your bag, flip it. You want to flip it inside out. And you don't want to put any more icing in here that can fit in your hand, because you want to be able to pipe it. And because the sugar cube is such a small surface, you really don't want to have a huge bag of icing to try to pipe such a small little detail. So let's check our icing. Looks like we can add a little more water. If you need to add more water, just do it by tablespoon at a time, because you don't want it to get too wet. Okay, and that looks great. So we're just gonna take it out, and you wanna get your spoon. I'm gonna make a bunch of different colors with this recipe. So I don't wanna dump food coloring in here all at once. So I'm just gonna get a couple little scoops, and I'm gonna make this pink, because I want pink little flowers on my sugar cubes. And you'll notice that this icing is really stiff, and that's what you want. You don't want it to be runny or soft because it's gonna harden and go on a sugar cube. Miss Lauren is with us today. Steph and I are both stay-at-home mommies, and Steph is really the talent behind this whole production. She has all the equipment and the cameras. She is amazing. She has Summer Lily Productions. She's a videographer. She does weddings and YouTube channels. So check her out. Go subscribe to her if you're watching this, please. If you're making these sugar cubes in a pinch and you really need them to dry quickly, you can add just a half teaspoon of cream of tartar, and that will help the icing to dry faster. All right, so this looks like a nice bright pink. So we're just gonna scoop all that we just mixed, about a tablespoon, and we're gonna put it into our bag. You just wanna hold your bag with your hand, stick your spoon down in there as far as you can, and then use your thumb to push the frosting off into your bag with. Pull your bag up, get all the air out, push the icing down, give it a twist, and you're ready to start decorating one of your sugar cubes. So on my first little sugar cube here, get this out of the way, I'm just gonna pipe a little heart, because I would like a heart. All right, and then if you want to change your tip, you can do any design you want. So I have a flower. I'm gonna make a rose. I'm using 101 tip by Wilton. And we'll see if this is small enough. Just gonna pick up our sugar cube, and we're gonna make a cone. Twist that around and end it. So it looks like a little cone. And then you're gonna do a second layer right on top of that. And bring it down. And then you just wanna start doing swishes. The smallest leaf tip that I have, and I'm just gonna put little leaves on my roses. So you just start by holding your leaf tip like you normally would, and instead of going down, I'm gonna just go up because my icing is super stiff. So we're gonna pipe up the side and pull away, and then it looks like little leaves. So these are our lemon flavored pink sugar cubes. So you've let these sit for 24 hours, and you're gonna flip them over and just tap them out. All right, and then you can see they're rose shaped. Don't worry about the excess sugar. You can always just put them on a different plate. I'm gonna pick these up and move them over here to the roses that we hand piped on with the hearts, surrounded by blue all day long. I have 2 little boys and my husband, so I'm outnumbered in my house. So anything I can make pink and sparkly, you better believe I'm on it. All right. So here are our sugar cubes piped on, and the flavored sugar cubes that we made today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I just pray that God blesses you, that He keeps you, that He makes His face shine upon you, and He's gracious to you. See you guys next time.